Welcome students for the video lecture. In this particular video lecture, we are covering block transfer program by using string instructions. String instructions, string, these are the sequence of bytes. Sequence of bytes where and these always works on the data segment and extra segment. In 8086, the memory is divided into 4 segments: code, data, stack and extra. Out of these, for each segment we are having separate offset register. SI for the data segment and DI for the extra segment. String instructions always works on these offset registers only. So for the programming, here I'm using TASM 1.4 for 64-bit, and we are writing program in order to perform block transfer. Here block can be of any size. Let us take a block of 10 bytes or 10 integers. Then in order to start with the program, the first command we are passing is edit. So this will open me a MS-DOS editor. Editor is required to write down the program. So here I can pass any name to my file. Let us take a blk or block.asm. .asm stands that this is a assembly language program. Assembly language program, this is a low level language which is specific to the every microprocessor. So here this will open me a blank window. So let us write the program. So here first I will start with the data segment. In the data segment I wanted to give 10 elements, so I will name this as a source. So this declaration is that I am using a byte data, so I can pass sequence of byte data. Let us take this as a 10 elements. Any elements you can pass here. We are writing program for the 10 bytes, so here I will initialize 10 elements. So if I am not giving the h as extension, this number will be taken as decimal, and later on this will be converted into hexadecimal during the transfer. So 70, if I wanted to pass any number starting with the alphabets, start with the 0, indication that this is a number. Total 8 numbers we have covered. Let us take 90 h and 080 h. So total 10 elements I have taken. 10 elements I have declared into data segment. On the data segment, this much data is sufficient, so I will end my segment with data ends. Now start with the code segment. So before starting the code segment, I need to declare a extra segment also. So declare the extra segment where I wanted to pass my block or where I wanted to pass my source contents. So here destination is my destination string, src is my source string, and destination to be of this is a sequence of bytes. So here I can declare that I need 10 elements or 0a elements, and duplication I need not to initialize these elements, so I will use the dup function and end your segment. Done. Now let us write with the code segment. Code segment, assume your segment CS where I written code. From there DS should start from where I written data, and ES should start from the extra. Then only 3 segments we are using, so I will use 3 segments or initialize 3 segment register. Now start with the program. So here initialize your data segment as whatever elements I have taken that need to be initialized. So initialize data segment. So this can be done by using 2 instructions: move data address to the AX and move AX contents to data segment. Initialization is done. Now here I need to load the address of source, a starting address of source, into the SI. Here we are dealing with the string instructions. instructions always take reference of SI and DI. SI offset register for data segment and DI offset register for the extra segment. So here I need to initialize SI to the starting address of source. So here I am using LEA, stands for the load effective address of source into the SI. So here always this is my destination and this source is my source. So here this instruction will load effective address of source. Instead of this I can use another instruction like move SI comma offset SRC, stands for the, if I am writing the keyword offset here, it means that here instead of taking the source value, this will take the offset value or effective address of source, and this value will be transferred to the SI. The same instruction can be read by LEA. Now load the effective address of DI into the destination. Now here string instructions work with the SI and DI, and also CX. This is taken as a counter for the string. It means how many bytes I wanted to transfer from one instruction to the another. So here I need to initialize my counter also. So initialize your counter. I wanted to transfer 10 elements. So I will declare the counter as 0H. Counter initialization done. Now here I can use the string instruction. So string instruction, let us see the first way. So here string instructions are always available in two versions, move string byte and move string word. Difference between these two is that move string byte performs transfer of only single byte, whereas if I am using the move string word, this will transfer 2 bytes or word from source to the destination. So if I am using word, I need to minimize my counter, that in each transfer move SB will transfer only 1 byte and move string word in each byte will transfer 2 bytes. If I wanted to pass the 10 bytes, I need to initialize my counter to the 5, exactly half of the string byte, and whereas if I am using byte, I need to initialize with the number of elements to be transferred. So here I am using string byte so that we can see the transfer of each byte, or here we can use move string word also, which will transfer word or 16 bits or 2 bytes. Now this action need to be repeated unless my counter becomes 0. So here we can use the loop instructions. So let us see what is mean by loop instructions. Loop instructions, these are working unless and until the counter becomes 0. So this will check whether counter has become 0. Again this will increment SI and DI, that move string instructions, and loop will decrement the counter and will check whether CX has become 0. And if not, again it will jump to the label given here. So I am using up label and I wanted to repeat this instruction. So I will use up here. So loop up. So this will go on repeating unless my counter becomes 0. So here complete transfer will take place unless the counter becomes 0. Now we need to quit from the program. So I will be using this code 21 interrupt, then 4 ends and end start. So program writing is over. Let us see the execution. This is a case insensitive, so it means you can pass capital or small, any file name or any name. This takes as object file, and let us start with the debugging. block. So let us start with the execution. I'm pressing F7 key so that we can see each step execution. Loading up data segment is done, starting with the SI. So here we can see here extra segment is starting, so it means we can see whether data is transferring here properly or not. So F7, I'm starting with the initialized counter. Move USB, the first instruction. During the first load, I can see the 10. Here 10 is getting transferred. Next, into the next step, 20 will get transferred. In the next step, 30 will get transferred, and so on. So here, whatever data elements I have passed, the same data elements will be copied here until the counter becomes 0. So here, this counter becomes 0. It means complete or 10 bytes has been transferred by the string instructions. So this is the first way of executing this program. Again, we can reduce this program here. Again, in string instruction, there is one more facility available. REP stands for repeat. Repeat this instruction until the counter becomes 0. So REP, again there are multiple versions, REPZ, REP, etc. So right now we are using REP, which will repeat until the counter becomes 0. Let us see whether this works in the same way as previous. So here I will use the data as data byte as, let us take AA here, indicating that a new transfer has been takes place. We can use up and down arrow keys to repeat the previous commands. Ten, transfer 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 90 AA. Yes, here we are completed. Counter becomes 0. Complete operation has been takes place. And code termination. Again, there are multiple variations for the block transfer are available, that we will see into next video.